Wrong one.
Wrong button.
Hey guys, welcome back
to a podcast about nothing with V
and AD. I wanted to say the V part.
I know. All right, we should change it up.
Oh, somebody come up with an intro. Picky, AD on the beat. V with the feet.
Have you guys ever tried to write with your feet?
See how she always throw us off?
I mean, I just be asking questions.
You try to pick up the pen with your toes. You one of those.
I've never done it.
She lying. When a washcloth drop in the shower, you pick it up with your feet.
Come here.
You pick it up with your feet. Me too.
This is serious.
Now, this is really serious because how'd your kids, how your wives? Supposedly, we all won. Ain't no male and female. We're just a bunch of energy balls walking around in the world. Energy. My energy.
What's your energy today?
What's your energy? No, I'm liking the energy talk. Like, I can't even lie. Because I feel like people are starting to get it. Like, we're just flesh, people.
Humans.
Flesh. Atoms. And energy cannot be created or destroyed, so it's a real thing. That's the one thing I remember from science.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, the power of inertia when you can pull the tablecloth out the corner and everything stays. That was fun.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
Or we should try it.
Please don't.
Thanksgiving.
Pull it right from up under that turkey.
All the fine Chinese on the table.
No, but it's a real thing. We used to have to do in a science class, test the laws of whatever the law's called.
So there are laws.
Newton's laws.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like the second law or some law of inertia, something like that.
What's in motion will stay in motion.
Oh, look at you! She went to school. Hey. Once in motion will stay. Wait, who said that?
The person. Look,
so
you asking too many questions.
When the break light come on.
So today's episode. Everybody's talking about this whole Alicia Keys.
How her little white friend said she can call her a nigger.
That's not. Hey, nigger. That's not what we're talking about.
Say nigger because she know Alicia.
But she wasn't even white.
Right, false alarm, guys. She's Puerto Rican.
Like she
doesn't count.
Like
so.
she does not count in this. But Alicia Keys' son and his rainbow nails.
Crickets. It's like the thing about it is, well, first and foremost, that wasn't me, y'all. That was not me.
Glitter sparkles.
Welcome to the glitter team. But no, it was a conversation of Alicia Keys taking her son to the nail salon. Her son is 4, and he asked to get rainbow nails, like rainbow colored nails, like his hands painted, and I guess he was getting ready to do it, or he actually got it done.
Yeah,
not sure. Yeah, he got it done, and then he turns to his mother and he basically says that, okay, I don't want this anymore because people aren't gonna like it. Yeah. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, yeah, just people aren't gonna like it. And her main thing was, explain to him, you're not the only one. This is not weird. Boys have their nails painted all the time. And her thing was the fact that he's 4 years old and even worried, 1, about what people think, and then 2, knowing that his thought process, knowing that what he's thinking is coming from thinking about gay or straight. She didn't say it, but that's basically what I got from it. Like, knowing that it's not, people are going to be upset about it because they're going to think something about him.
Yeah, the fact that it's not normal for a little boy to get his nails painted. Yeah, and you said it earlier, and I think you're right. The reason why she came out with it is because she knew that someone was going to say something, and she wanted to nip it in the bud. Which kudos for you, because you nipped that shit in the bud, and now everyone's like, oh yeah, you're right. AD says it all the time though. To be gay or straight is strictly about sex. Strictly. Whatever, pick a letter in the alphabet. It's all sexual preference. Yeah, it's not about, you're just a human.
Yeah.
And I was reading the comments, because you go in the comments to kind of laugh and see what ignorant shit somebody's going to say. And there was a guy who commented and said the exact same thing. It's about the verb sex.
Yeah. It's like about what you do behind closed doors. That should be none of anybody's business.
Right. And the fact that, you know, it's us as adults that put it on kids to think that way. Like, for all we know, this little boy, and kids in general, like colors.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
You teach, those are the first colors that you teach them in general.
Exactly.
Red, orange, blue, yellow, all that. Like, you teach them the rainbow first. Indigo.
Purple, you mean?
Right, purple.
But yeah, you teach them the colors of the rainbow, and he's creative, obviously, but that's all they know. And then we, as adults, as parents, the first thing our mind goes to is, that's for girls, or that's for boys.
Try not to say that's gay.
Right, gay? Like, you don't want to say, you know, you try not to say that, but you try to steer them in what you believe is the right direction.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say that I'm guilty of it until my son, Thomas, schooled me. So for a while, his favorite show was My Little Pony. Mm-hmm. Wanted to watch it. He was like, I want to watch My Little Pony, My Little Pony. And I was like, My Little Pony? That's for girls. This was literally his reaction, no exaggeration. Girls? And I said, yeah, it's for girls. It's for girls? And I said, yeah. He said, but there's a boy pony right there. Touche, son, touche. Like, you're absolutely right. And that was a lesson for me, because it's like, oh, well, I don't know how to explain it, but yes, it's something that's taught. It's something that's
learned and taught.
Yeah.
Not necessarily taught directly, but it's the habit that's learned amongst us. Because, I mean, honestly, it's like curse words. Like I said this, like, you know, when your child, I feel like every child I know has said, oh, shit, at some point.
Like they knew what it was.
Yeah, like every child says, like, oh, shit. Like, they say something. And you have two different reactions out of parents. One who won't pay their child any mind, because it's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And it won't affect the child. And the other ones who do, ooh, what you say? What you just say? So that lets them know it's a bad word. And like most kids, if they know they're not supposed to be doing something,
they do it.
They're going to try it out. So that was one of the things that I noticed, like, being young. Like, wait, why do we put so much emphasis on these words if, quote unquote, they don't mean anything? Or, you know, if you don't want us to say, like, if we know so much that they're a bad word, then we're going to keep using it. Because what the hell? It's like, I'm just like,
right. We put so much energy into certain things. And again, like, we teach our kids what we've been taught.
Yeah.
Until you start to think outside the box and be like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. I know the curse word thing is the best example.
Yeah.
Because when Jaden was younger, now too, because I go through her phone, Jaden has a potty mouth, okay?
I did too.
But she definitely was raised around the studio. You know what I mean? A bunch of dudes, like, there was no censor. Is why I don't censor music. Like, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna hear it anyway.
Yeah.
And I remember Jaden being really young, and I'd be like, just say shit. Go ahead, say shit.
See
Go ahead, say shit. And she'd be like, no, I can't. And I'm like, it's just a word.
Now Cooper don't know how to stop saying.
It's just a word.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah. Goddamn. It's just a word. But, you know, again, we teach what we are taught until we learn to think outside the box.
And whether you think you're teaching it or not. Because a lot of people will say, well, I never taught this about gay or straight or never really had the conversation.
Your reaction
says it all. 2, when you're indirectly speaking like, well, why you want to do all that? Or what's up with this? Like, or that's for girls. Like we said, those are all things that are steering them away or bringing them to question themselves, 1, and 2, what's wrong with what's going on with them. Yeah. You know?
So. And that, like, we don't, as humans, we don't teach to just be yourself and be happy.
No, there's always room for improvement or something you can be, you should be, you could have been, you would have been doing.
We teach our children to be what society finds as appropriate. And so basically, this episode is about protection. Protection of each other, protection of ourselves, protection of
the kids.
Like, protect as humans. Learn to see yourself and everybody. And I've said this a million times. I don't condone, like, somebody of, like, the KKK, right? Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what you're getting with this. Where are you going with this? Right, what? KKK.
But everybody has something that is relatable. Mm-hmm. Right? So even...
Yes, we all have eyeballs.
No. Even that person, KKK, like saying the KKK is wrong, but like even that person that is super racist has something that is familiar with you. So a white person that is very racist has something that's familiar with me. So if we learn to see ourselves in each other, then we would learn to protect each other. As humans.
This comes from a long lineage of being judgmental and judging. Like I said before, like I'm happy the whole conversation of like this energy stuff is coming about because
what's your energy?
Because I truly believe that. Like, we're walking flesh, we're a ball of energy. We can't be creative.
I'm like the stars.
Yeah, Mercury, always in retrograde. Always in retrograde.
North Star, South Star.
But no, I do believe that we are flesh with energy and, you know, we make up certain things now. But I will say I do believe in science. I do believe there's a man and a woman. So when she was going on to speak about this feminine and masculine energy, hard to describe. But how do you teach men and women that they have those two?
What do you mean?
How do you teach a little 4-year-old boy? Because how Alicia Keys was explaining it, she was so frustrated because we're all male and female, or masculine and feminine energy is how she described it. To me, there's a male and a female, and there's the energy of your own self and your own being and your own spirit and what you make up. But all this masculine and feminine energy to be so distinctive, how do you teach a child that? Or teach them to explore that without letting him grow up thinking that he's gay or you thinking that he's gay? Because my personal opinion when I first heard it, when you first told me, he's learning that from somewhere. He's 4 years old. That means he's not spending a lot of his time outside of your supervision, unless he is. I could be wrong. So that means at 4 years old, he knows somebody is going to be upset about it. Meaning either you or somebody else he's around constantly, because he knows somebody that he's around will be upset by it. He ain't scrolling through Instagram.
I mean, he might be.
He might be. I was like, you never know. But like, can he read?
Maybe.
Probably advanced ass kids. We don't know. But I just feel like for you to be 4 years old and have such strong opinion, not saying that anything is wrong with it, but it's formed from somewhere. For you to think that hard is formed from something. So while you're upset, Alicia, just take a moment to realize, where is he getting this thought process from?
That's true.
And who does he think is going to be upset?
That's
or
true.
Feel funny about him? Because one, he does have a lot of brothers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they running around not talking about no masculine and feminine energy, and they probably calling him gay left and right, or saying that's gay, or this is this kind of way, or you shouldn't play with this, and boys don't do this. So if you're going to preach to the world about everybody else trying to judge your 4-year-old son, watch the people around you, because he feels that way because of the people that are around y'all.
Ooh, preach, AD. wrong.
We still getting the butts together. We still getting it.
That's true. I think another point is, I mean, maybe she ain't have a babysitter. I don't know. Yo, why is your 4-year-old son at the nail salon with you?
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you, how would you feel if Thomas was like, paint me up, red, orange, yellow, blue, green? Like, I don't know the name. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how I would feel. I haven't been put in that situation. I think if any child was to do it, it would be Thomas. Like, he's already said, I'm going to dye my hair black and red. But it's because he watches Ayo and Teo, and they now have blonde and black hair. But he wouldn't be at the nail salon with me.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, at 4 years old, it's too many fumes in there.
Not fumes.
Like, that's the first thing I think of. When I took Jaden to the nail salon, I think she was like
that 5. Is true. Especially
she was like 5 or 6. I gave her a mask.
Yeah.
Like, you're not sitting up in the nail salon with me getting my nails done, especially as a little boy.
Yeah, just to be sitting there with me and then having never to ask for some color.
I want rainbow.
Right. I want to get my nails painted rainbow. Like, I applaud her for not making it more awkward for him than what it was, but there's something else that she got to figure out before she just come out and tell everybody else that we're so judgmental, because we don't know his ass.
I love that. That's real. And I didn't even think of it in that light, but it's true. Like, your son, like, he's not on Instagram.
Right. We don't know him.
Right. I don't even know what this little nigga look like.
Right. You telling us y'all judgmental. Well, why he think we gonna judge his ass? We don't know this man.
Right.
Like, we don't know him.
I don't even know. Is he on her Instagram?
Probably. But her 2 sons honestly look alike. So whenever she maybe she has posted the 4-year-old, but he looks just like the other son that they had, so I can't tell the difference.
And does he have kids?
Who?
Swift.
So, yeah, him and Mashonda had a bunch of kids together.
Who is Mashonda?
His ex-wife, the one that they said Alicia home-wrecked the whole house and ended up now she a homewrecker. Now she a homewrecker. No, yeah, with Mashonda. She, was, I don't know if they were married. I think they were together for a while, and I think he had like 3 or 4 kids. She wrote a whole book on blended family because they were not talking to each other before. They all said Alicia Keys was a home. You don't remember this?
I mean, I remember her being a homewrecker, but
how you remember? I remember her wrecking the home, but yeah. So Alicia Keys has 2 children, I believe. Swissbees now has 5.
Yeah,
4 or 5, something like that.
AD, right, y'all? Check your own home before you come out on the internet telling us,
trying to blast us.
Because my thing is, like, what he about to come on the internet and tell us that he painted his nails rainbow?
Yeah, because nobody else is gonna post a picture but you, and you know, as a parent, what people are capable of. You know what people are thinking.
So you know what this was? This was a PR stunt.
For who though?
For her. Like, it's like quality control. It's like, okay, you went to the nail salon. People from the public or the outside were there. They saw your son getting his nails painted rainbow, and what you were afraid of is that somebody else was going to say something.
Or they already did say something and he decided to remove them.
Exactly. So then you came online and said, okay, let me go ahead and nip this in the bud before anybody says anything negative about my child online before somebody else puts this out.
Just do like Will and Jada. Just don't say shit. Let your kids come out like Willow and Jaden. Because we were all confused, right? I feel like at one point about both of her children, we were all confused. Willow, we didn't know what was going on. Jaden, we still don't know what's going on. Like, just let them be.
Yeah. You ain't gotta explain nothing. That's your child, your household. And I mean, I get it. You're in the public eye and all that other stuff. But it also goes into protecting the whole Porsha Dennis thing.
Yeah.
Did
y'all see that episode? This is Housewives. It started off on a sad note. Like,
I feel really, really, really bad for Porsha.
Why? Because her boyfriend into horses? This is terrible. Who puts that out about people?
He likes beasts.
He likes beasts.
So, watching the episode,
That is terrible.
First of all, can we talk about her daughter?
Good Lord. She don't be paying them no mind. PJ did not pay Porsha any mind.
None. She be eating and sleeping. Okay?
She eating. Look at her like, okay, girl, I'm going to sleep.
But why does she look just like him?
She looks just like Dennis.
She looks like a little old woman man.
She
like, what a look cute. So she is so fat. But
she
anyway.
look just like Dennis.
Oh my goodness. But a couple of things. So the episode starts off talking about Porsha and Dennis. And just a little bit of a backstory. Dennis was Porsha's everything. She got pregnant. He proposed. She was happy. And this is what she wanted.
This is when the season ended off.
Yeah. And it was everything that she wanted, that she had been talking about for 18 seasons, however many seasons there are.
Right. After she broke up with Cordell.
Right. So then I didn't see any of this in the blogs or anything, but the episode starts and, two of the housewives are sitting there talking about like, oh, girl, did you read the blogs? Something about drugs and bestiality.
Beastie.
And it's not funny because you got to think about it. This is while Porsha was pregnant.
Yeah.
It's already such a hard time being pregnant. Like, first of all, he cheated on her, which is bad enough while she was pregnant. You're already questioning yourself. Your body's changing. Hormones are out of control. All this stuff. And then the man that you trust cheats on you. You ain't got no arrangements or nothing like that. Like, he cheats on you. But then to have, like, cocaine allegations and bestiality allegations. And then for the producers to edit it.
Yo, that is so petty of them.
That's messed up.
You can keep the tail on that?
And then
why you always looking for the tail? Like, why?
And then the way he was looking, y'all played on it, but not knowing that you're ruining this young lady's life. Like, do you know how hard it is to have a baby?
At what point do you guys stop saying, well, this is what you signed up for? I didn't sign up to be fucking humiliated and played. You know what I'm saying? And talked about and edited against. And, like, they really did her wrong.
They did. And not knowing. And then it's not funny. It's so upsetting. But the bestiality allegations came
from his ex. Wasn't it his ex-girlfriend who said there was a what is it, like a horse something? The little thing from gymnastics. Y'all remember that? She said he had one of those in his living room and used to make people have sex with him. So I thought
you gotta explain it better, because when you explain it to me that way,
y'all don't remember. It's like the little, I don't know what they call it, a pummel horse or something like that. Like, I remember being in gymnastics, having to run, jump, hold on to the handles, and like get over the little thing. It looked like,
basically he has a penis on
attached.
In one of his houses.
In the loft. That's what they said. In the loft, there's a penis attached to the horseback machine, and he used to have people coming over and having sex with the machine.
Who? First of all, I want to know. So this is his ex-girlfriend.
His ex-girlfriend said it, and his ex-girlfriend's friend confirmed it. So what was y'all doing?
Right.
Because how are you able to confirm something that you should have never seen?
So y'all participated.
Yeah, that means you participated. Like, even reading and what's so sad about the blog story, like looking it up, trying to do our little research and stuff. The timeline of their relationship, or that they're explaining with his ex-girlfriend, it's just like, you literally put your whole life out, like 7-8 years of dealing with this man about how much, quote unquote, he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you get out of doing that to Porsha? What did you get out of putting that out after you see he's happy?
Let me tell you, that envy and jealousy is a dangerous thing, because y'all were okay with ruining Porsha's life, like
taking away her happiest moments from her, for
she can't even enjoy the birth of her daughter because she has to deal with bullshit. And again, it is like cheating is messed up, especially during the most vulnerable time. There's no other time,
and that seems to be a frequent thing.
Yeah, there's no other time in Porsha's life to where she will be this vulnerable. Like, your whole life has changed. Your body, your home, like everything. Because
if she gets pregnant again, she's not gonna let that happen to her again.
Nah, and you literally took something that was supposed to be really happy and joyful. You took it away from her. And again, yes, he cheated, but I think, looking at the episode, I think the cheating thing wouldn't have been such a big deal if the cocaine and the bestiality situation beast wasn't in the paper. Like, she was like, oh, it's embarrassing. But then on top of that, like, I love Cynthia Bailey to death. She is a class act.
Yeah.
But the fact that she mentioned it the way she did, and then Kenya co-signing on it, it's like, yo, when do we protect each other as humans? When do we
protecting by not even bringing something up, not giving it gasoline, standing against producers' scripts, since this is quote unquote reality TV show. Why don't you take the time to really think like, okay, what I don't like, nobody has any boundaries anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be, oh, you know how people say in the hood, oh, we don't mess with kids, with old people and kids and stuff like that. Now nobody has any like hose bar for anything. Like, y'all are on this show, y'all know this lady has been fighting to have a marriage, a baby, and then y'all are just gonna feed the fuel that's burning on the outside around her house just because, just to say, oh, I'm on TV and they can record it and they can edit it. I wouldn't have brought her up.
Not even a little bit. Y'all could have fired the shit out of me. Like, I'm going to call and check on her off the camera. You know what I mean?
Especially because Cynthia, granted, Porsha may not be her best friend, but especially because Cynthia went so hard to protect Kenya when she was pregnant.
Yep.
Like, you went really hard to make sure that she was good and you were her friend and you were there for her and this and this and that. And, like, you turn around and do it to somebody else. Like, that's...
It's like, when do we start to, again, see ourselves in other people? When do we start to protect each other as family? Like, and again, we're all very judgmental. We all judge and stuff like that. But when it comes down to, she didn't have to go through that. And I just know, when you have a baby, I know how I felt the first 2 weeks after each one of my kids. I literally cried nonstop and didn't know why. It's called baby blues. It's normal.
Baby blues?
Blues, yeah.
Oh, I was about to say booze. They come a liquor. Okay, turn up the years.
Turn up with the years. No, baby blues. And you cry for no goddamn reason. You have no idea why you're crying. And then after that, it's like, all right, well, I can either get my shit together or you go into this whole postpartum depression. And it's not fair that the depression was forced on her by outsiders.
Yeah. Let me be depressed for my own self.
For my own, right. From
what I'm going through, not from what y'all are trying to put on me.
Not what you put on me.
And then she got a film. Then it was a lot like, yeah.
Yo, she looked bad.
She looked bad for Porsha because Portia's honestly still the bomb. But
yeah, she is.
I'm about to say she looked bad for Porsha.
Yeah. But she looked better than...
So since we protecting, Monique sent me the picture on Instagram the other day. So who you letting sit down on the bus? The old person? The lady with the baby, the pregnant lady, or the person who got a broken leg?
But I said again, the old lady, the lady that's pregnant.
The lady that's pregnant, a lady with an actual child, and a person with a broken leg. Who get the seat first?
Damn.
I ain't getting up for nobody. That decision's too hard. I'm just playing.
She not playing. She's not playing.
That's why I don't ever sit in handicap seating anyway. That's for y'all. to figure out.
I think if an old person walks on the bus, then they can stand.
She one of those. She's terrible.
I mean, if there wasn't 3 other people behind them, then I would probably give the old person my seat, like I always do.
So you saying if it wasn't 3 people in the
3 people behind them, probably the pregnant lady, depending on how pregnant she is.
Yeah, I think that will be my first thought to give.
Like if I can see your stomach like out there, I'm like, oh.
Like if I can see your ankles swollen, I'll give you the seat. I think if I had to choose in order, it would be
pregnant.
No, not pregnant. You got to be at least 9 months pregnant.
For real?
You got to be 8 to 9 months pregnant, busting out the seams. 9 months pregnant, old person, broken leg, girl with a baby.
Dang, I would do pregnant if I can see your stomach.
But you can see people's stomach at like 3 months.
Not everybody. But still, like if you make it 3 months, then you deserve to sit down. Because if something happens with that bus, I want you to be seated.
What about the person with the broken leg, though? Breaking some off?
Your leg is already broken.
And the old person can croak and die if something happens on the bus.
Why?
Because they're old as hell.
Because they've already lived their life.
Yeah, so you wouldn't give up. See, as much as you protect old people, I'm surprised you can say, I would give it to the old person.
Nah, I would give it to the pregnant, the broken leg.
Really?
Probably the old person, and then
I would ask the broken leg person why they on the bus in the first place. Like you couldn't get no time off.
So you want to sit here, but I got some questions.
Right? Like what you doing? Nah, protect the people, guys. Seriously, we're the only ones who can do so.
Who is we?
Us as the people. We are energy, masculine and feminine, according to Google's. We are masculine energy. Y'all need to look that up on Google because there's some bullshit going on around on the internet. It is. Like how
masculine energy is what?
Well, from the we saw a couple of charts. And the first one I saw I didn't like. But the second one where they basically said masculine energy is the doers, which makes sense to me because people always say from the beginning of time, men will do what they say they're going to do. Men are the ones who just do things around the house.
Bring home the bacon.
Men are the one who chase you if they need, like they know what they want. They do, like, you know, they're the doers. I understand that. And the women, they're the ones who are
receiving.
That's a act of feminine energy. But what the chart said in comparison to the doers is that we are the ones who we just are. So we are not necessarily doing anything, but we're being. We are the being of whatever. I don't necessarily.
That's some BS. That's just I'm like, a doer because I done had your kids.
Well, you got a lot of masculine energy. I'm just playing, but I have to read up some more on it before I really get upset. But I don't think I like. No, seriously, I don't think I like the term masculine energy because
you like Faye.
No, I like male and female.
Sam Smith.
I like male and female. Like don't get me wrong, y'all. With this, we can't define it. There's no word. There's a lot of words to describe the bullshit y'all on. Okay, let me tell you something. So we can't describe it. No, y'all are male and female. Don't get me wrong. People have attributes and things, but there are things that have proven to not be of the norm. And vice versa for males and females. To break it down into categories and soon we ain't gonna have nothing to describe. We can't say everything is so sensitive. We can't be anything. Like I ain't gonna be a female in a couple of years, according to this.
When was you ever a female?
I'm an energy. Like I promise you, we are not gonna be because there's gonna be another gender that's gonna come out and it's gonna be with somebody who doesn't describe as something. And everybody gonna start describing themselves as something that they don't describe as, or I don't have time for y'all generation.
You know what? Just
finish. Hey, y'all, let's just finish out this generations as Z.
Just call me it.
Right, you are it, but you need to define what it is. Like, you know how the world works, right?
I ain't reading the dictionary.
Right. I'm telling you, we can just end at Generation Z and start all over again. Baby boomers, come back.
I'm not dealing with you.
Come back. I'm so confused. Like, why I can't call you a male?
Because I don't identify.
Because you don't get your hormonal levels, testosterone, blah, 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 blah. I don't have time. I don't have time. Like, it's just too much. Like, he and her and she and it and all this other stuff. Like, no.
I think we just need to protect each other.
We should.
As family.
Protect, Yup, family. Some of y'all further away from the equator.
Seriously, just, like, protect. It's important to protect each other as humans.
Protect your mind, protect your spirit, protect your life.
Yeah. And be mindful. Oh.
Get a ring.
So, we talked about homeless people last episode, but we didn't put it out because we need to figure out some things. But I saw a lady today on the side of the road, and she had a sign, and she wasn't asking for anything. She just said smile because we're above the ground.
Hey, 10 feet over. No.
What? Who over where?
5'7" over. I'm only 5'7".
Because we're above the ground, and it's so real. Like, yo, just smile. Like, everything is not so extreme.
With y'all veneers all in your mouth. Just smile.
Yeah, smile. Like, just smile.
Just smile.
Because you got up today. So even if there's some bad things going on or things aren't working out, what you feel is like things aren't working out in your favor or what you feel it should be. The fact is that you're alive to go through those hard times, and
things never work out.
What?
Sorry. I mean, not in that way, but like I feel like things never work out how you want them to. They work out how they should.
How they're supposed to. And so you just gotta roll with the punches. Like, everything isn't,
Everything is a choice. Choose not to stress out, because stressing brings gray hair, and gray hair doesn't bring any hair dye money, so you're gonna be stressed out. You better be stressed looking cute.
Like, just be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful that you are alive to go through those hard times, those difficult times, because you get a chance to start all over again. So start your day. Wake up. Name 1, 2, 3 things that you're thankful for, and just move forward. Like, today, every day is a new day. So
every day is a new day. And one of these days is my dad's birthday.
Wow.
I just don't remember.
Wow, we're trying to figure it out. Hey, Uncle Vern. All
right, hey, happy
birthday. We'll say happy birthday next week, too.
Right, we'll say it until I get it right. We can get it right, people. Protect the people. If you see an old person on the bus, give them your seat. If you see a pregnant person, give them a ride. If you see a person with a broken leg, take them home. If you see somebody with a child, give them a couple dollars. The child hungry.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening.
Love y'all. Watch TV with us, because we're going to come back with the reviews next week. We may. I don't know. Rise and shine.
Should I press in?
Bye.
Should I stop it? Should I sing them a song?
Yo, cut the mic on.